line stand. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's up to the 20. Room past the 35. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Watch out now. 50, red, yellow.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A gain of 27 on the play. And the Rams 1st down.
Red, cycle, 6, drill, green. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
Black shot, 33, yellow. Blue striker. White. Set, hot.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Yellow, 22.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Watcher, 6.
They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time. And now it's 1st and 10.
A gain of 19 yards.
Here we go.
1st down, Rams.
Black, 95. Ready?
Now back to throw. And it's caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Rams go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Point after try forthcoming.
For the extra point.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Rams 21, Vikings 10.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We might more power.
Harrison Beavis to kick off.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down around the 47-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. McCarthy off the play fake. And the Rams got it. They bring it down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. McCarthy is set to throw it. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Rams will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looking to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Touchdown, LA! The first half is winding down, and the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Let's go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Go.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. McCarthy. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways. They had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
First down. A gain of 7. First down, Rams.
Quick, yellow, come on. Hut, hut.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Strike it, strike it. Here we go. Ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
4 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. Second and 13 that they're walking up on.
Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Green Jack.
Back to throw. That is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua with career touchdown number 60. And the Rams are able to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Vikings 10. Harrison Beavis to kick off.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
The Vikings take over first and
Can't
10.
hear it no more. Still to the man, can't hear it no
35-yard
more.
line.
Celebrating, don't feel it no more. You were dropping a minute, but can't steer it no more. Riding the wave, but now you're chilling on shore. What's it used to being rich when your inside's down? It's a glitch, but you don't want to see more. You want to see more, but you only see sore. Life that slows you down. Your body is acting up. Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you pack it up. You check about thoughts and memories.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To the air with McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
26 yards.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
On play action, now McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams. Over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Harrison Beavis to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line. The
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Get out of my way, get your talking face out of my way, out of my way, out of my way. I got too many plays, I don't even care.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight. And now off to the races, down the right side. He's to the 10. Touchdown, LA! A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Here is third and quite a ways.
12 brings up third down.
Here's McCarthy. It got his man complete. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone will come free.
And the Rams get it. They bring him down. Byron Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for the quarterback.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Let's go now. Black 40. Check what? Set.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Okay, break.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Set. Shot. Steel. Black. Claws red. Ready.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Terrence Ferguson. They're taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Rams are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Harrison Bevis to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At at their own 35-yard line.
Acting like a robot.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
He was taken down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, you would call him a disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. There he goes left side. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, blue.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to fight.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Touchdown, Rams.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Harrison Davis to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. A hit and as he throws there incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, there's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And now here's another interception. It's Roger McCreary with the pick. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it.
These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. McCarthy. What comes out on the hit, but they're saying it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Blue striker. Here we go. Blaster, 6, 10 black. Hut.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to find that one open downfield. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL's. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got it complete. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
22 yards. And the Rams first down.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
52 blue striker. Set.
Back to throw again. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up the secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball is definitely coming from his head coach.
Vikings 10. Harrison Beavis to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You heard my man, the left controller, the level king. I told you, hop on and let the journey begin.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Los Angeles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.